Hello everybody, Carnage X Viper here. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, but first I wanted to say I have seen the new McCree cinematic, and which also has the new hero in it, and I love it. So, it's not quite as good as my favorite cinematic, but it is still really good, and it also has the new hero, who I really cannot wait for. I mean, it is really nice to see a character like her. It brings in that Red Dead Redemption tone to the game, but yeah, I cannot wait for that. But in the meantime, guys, we are going to be self-coaching here, so something I normally don't do, but yeah, we're going to be self-coaching now. Originally, I was going to go with Zen, but as you can hear in the background, I am talking with my teammates. If I can... Now, if you look at the team comp there, one guy did go with Symmetra, which I usually hate Symmetra on offense, but this guy was pretty good with her. And so, yeah. Symmetra is pretty good on maps on offense where there's not a whole lot of space. So much walls like Dorado, but as you guys can see, I switched to Diva because one of my teammates wanted to go Brigitte. As you can see, I went after a Widowmaker, a squishy target, but at the expense of my mech. But right off the bat, we do get a team kill. But unfortunately, we're kind of at a disadvantage because I lost my mech. Now, if you're a Diva main, you hate to do that. You hate to throw away your mech like what I just did because now I can't. We're kind of at a disadvantage in this next fight now. Thinking about it, I could have just jumped off the map, and I probably could have spawned with my mech and gotten back into this fight in time. So yeah, next time I'll remember that. Also, guys, if you have any coaching or if there's anything I missed that you guys saw, be sure to shout it out in the comments. I would appreciate all the help I can get. But right now, I'm focused on that Widowmaker. She is my #1 priority. As you can see, we are taking her down, me and Sombra. She saw me coming. She panicked, jumped down, and got hacked by Sombra. Had nowhere to go. So right here, these guys are just kind of, rushing us. They have too many squishy heroes now. They got about 3. Because right now we are going to be... kind of taking them out. And here comes Genji. Now, these guys are probably switching, but again... I throw away my mech here. Damn, you hate to do that as a Diva main. But Genji makes a really big mistake there by dropping down. He gets killed by Sim, who he cannot deflect. And I believe we also had a Moira on the team, so Genji was not really a good switch on that guy's part. And we also had a Sombra too, so yeah, Genji was not really the character to use in that situation. But as you can see, I'm only focusing on squishy heroes. I'm not... focusing on tanks. That's what you want to do as Diva. Now, right there, my aim was way off. I got to practice that for mobile targets like Baby Diva. But in the meantime, we are looking really good here as we easily push it to the next point. We're nice and together here. So... right there again, I am going after Widowmaker. I am making her my #1 priority because I feel like if she snipes somebody in the head, especially a support hero, it would be all my fault. And the last thing a Widowmaker wants in her face is a Diva. But again, you don't want to sacrifice your mech, usually, like I did in the beginning to get her. Now right there, I start the next fight with an ultimate. I do take one out. But if I had the opportunity to do that again, I would have saved that ultimate, especially with this nano-boosted Reinhardt, which just flat out kicked our can. So we gotta... So right there, I just get out of there. Me and Symmetra just get out of there, which was the right call. I end up keeping my mech this time, which that's what you want to do. If a fight's lost, you got to realize a fight's lost and just live to fight another day, which is what I did. But right here we got a Hanzo, too squishy, just charging us alone, and he is going to pay for that. Roadhog tries coming in to help, but again, it's just an odd man situation. You don't really want to do that in Overwatch, where you fight in the enemy's favor, not yours. But right there, I should have charged that Moira. She was really low on health. I could have easily killed her. And now they're switching to a Symmetra. These guys actually started holding us down on this point. So we had troubles on this point, but it wasn't really that big of an issue. They did go with a Symmetra. Right here I go with a self-destruct. I probably could have waited again to use that one. But right here, these guys are just throwing ultimates out. I'm trying to farm tank. I try to get out of here, but I was a little too late that time, and yeah, I pretty much gave them a free ultimate charge there. I didn't realize the fight was lost, but that's sometimes a problem I have, where I don't pay attention to the kill feed. I don't pay attention to who's alive, who's dead. So yeah, that's just something I gotta practice if I'm gonna make it to the high ranks, but so these guys are doing well to hold us to getting all the way there. We are kind of struggling a bit. We just lost our Arisa again, so I'm kind of holding back here unless they push forward. Now I'm trying to make sure my Brigitte doesn't die, but again, I throw away my mech, which, again, you hate to do that because now we're at a disadvantage. Because if everybody groups up together, even though I got my mech back pretty quick there, it's a disadvantage because I don't have my mech. So right here, I'm looking for a target, a squishy one, preferably. And I hear the Reinhardt use his Earth Shatter. I'm looking for those turrets to pick off. But right here, I finally notice an Ana by herself, and I jump on her immediately. That's what you want to do as D.Va. You want to pounce on those weak targets or squishy ones. But right here, the fight was kind of already lost. I had really no chance, and again, I was like the only one alive, didn't realize it, and again, I just gave free ult charge there. So we realize we're not really going anywhere, and my teammates asked me to switch to Winston. So I decided to give it a try, as you guys can hear me saying in the game. And with Winston, I'm mainly going to focus, like with the old Symmetra, I'm going to focus on the turrets. Even though Winston's not as effective with the Symmetra turrets as he used to be, he's still pretty effective. And as you can see, he's really, really good. Thankfully, I get out of there, because it would have sucked to die there. Right there, I killed 2 people, so we're kind of swinging things in our favor. I think we're up by 3 here, so we should be able to push this payload. Right now, I'm going for this Moira. Now, if she would have aimed that ult at me, she probably would have stayed alive longer. Right there, I jumped a little too far. But I still get that Symmetra. And we finally do get the payload to where it needed to go. So not a bad offensive attack. Could have been a lot better.
Well, it's going to be a challenge.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to pause the game yet. I'm still, you know, new to coaching, or coaching myself at least. I'm going to, like, just get used to this before I coach other people if they want me to, but I will start by saying, guys, I'm only a gold player right now. I'm not no Stylosa. I'm not none of those other guys you might follow that does coaching videos. But I feel like I can be a good enough coach. Probably not like those other guys I just mentioned, but Um, coaching is definitely helpful, even if you're coaching yourself. So right here, I'm trying to figure out what what team comp we're gonna go with, and finally I decide with Zarya after um, we get two attackers, two supports, and one tank. I decided to go with the second tank after I saw we already had what we needed on the other categories. So with Zarya, with all the attackers we have and the diva, Zarya's bubbles make nice additions to this team comp, since I can bubble attacking players and players that need to get in close. So Tracer probably not the target I should be focused on, but everyone else is picking off who they need to, so decided to go with it anyway. Right now I'm looking for a target to bubble, but Diva wisely is staying back. I didn't want her to charge at the door anyway. But right here, perfect target for me, this Genji. Genji cannot deflect Zarya, so he is a perfect target, but I end up dying to the Tracer. The Tracer wisely went back with her team to regroup, but took me out in the process. However, they're still going down. Our teammates were pretty good. Like I said, one guy who was using Symmetra, he was really good with Symmetra. But the team is kind of helping us out by using characters like Doomfist in a disadvantaged situation, because we have a Sombra, I believe, and Doomfist is not good against a Sombra. Now right here, this Genji is way out. I decide to take him on, but I end up falling down to help, and he does end up taking me out. So I lose a 1v1 with a Genji, which is kind of sad. But again, I did not expect that Genji to be so far out. But Genji does go down to Sombra. Again, Sombra made life difficult for these guys, because these guys were using a lot of heroes that are not good against Sombra. Tracer, Doomfist, and Genji, you hack those guys and they're pretty much just helpless targets. So yeah, the team mainly helped us out more than anything on this round, because they were just using characters that were just at disadvantages. And because we're killing these guys so quickly on defense, I'm not able to get a whole lot of charge. And that's kind of why I lost to that Genji. I don't really have good enough charges yet. But right here, these guys are starting to attack. I get hit by Doomfist. Luckily, I put my bubble up in time. Now I finally got some decent charge. I can rush in a little bit. I'm still looking for a player to bubble. But again, these guys are having so much trouble getting by the door. It's hard to bubble an attacker, because our teammates wisely are not going close to the door. Because going to the door is just a suicide bid. So yeah, not a really good start with the Zarya, but not really a whole lot I could do. But I did get a good bubble right there with Brigitte, as he was going to take on that Tracer there, but I didn't get any charge. But I did give him a nice backup there. Right there, I get another good bubble and take out that Genji. Now these guys are just in desperation mode, so they're kind of just throwing away ults, and they're still dying. And I managed to save our Symmetra with that bubble there, or she probably would have died to that Genji ult. Because again, if you bubble a target, it takes about 4 slashes of that ult to kill for Genji on his ult. But again, these guys are just in desperation mode now. They're not really coordinated. And they kind of helped us out with this hold again, with this with their team picks and against that Sombra too. But That's going to do it for this round, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This is going to be something I do a lot. So be sure to comment, subscribe. And again, if you guys see anything that I missed, be sure to point it out. I would appreciate all the help I can get. But with that get out of the way, guys, I hope to see you later in the next vid. And take care, guys. Bye-bye.